Welcome once again to Vamba TV. On set today we have Mr. Byamaka Swaibu. Mr. Byamaka Swaibu is a professional teacher, and when he speaks about the profession, he speaks with authority because as far as I personally know him, he's somebody who joined the teaching profession at a very tender age, and he has been in this profession for as long as I can remember. Welcome on the show, Mr. Swaibu Byamaka.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Cyrus, for hosting me.
I may not have introduced you enough. Would you please introduce yourself to the viewers of Vamba TV?
Thank you so much. My name is Byamaka Swaibu, a senior teacher, currently teaching in Bubukwanga Secondary School.
Bubukwanga Secondary School, is it a government school or private school?
Yes, it's a government-aided school.
Mr. Swaibu, you've been a teacher for some time. How does it feel being a teacher?
Wow, that's so great. Actually, it's one of the best professionals I can say.
Yeah.
Because I feel proud of being a teacher. Because in the first instance, when you move out there and you find children who pass through your hands and they are doing well, you feel so great.
Yeah.
You feel as if you are the one. And a teacher always feels proud when he sees children who have passed through him when they are okay outside there.
Yeah.
Even personally, I have to appreciate that you passed through my hands when I was still in Samriki. And hosting me, it's so great to me.
Yeah, and that humbles me so much, being the fact that you taught me almost all through my secular life. I really feel humbled to have hosted you today, and
Thank you.
It's a great milestone to me as far as I'm concerned. So, given an opportunity of choosing another profession, would you leave teaching?
Yeah, of course. There are very many fields that somebody feels, if I join this field, maybe things can go on well. But of course, at the moment, as a civil servant,
Yeah.
I feel happy to be in the profession.
Yeah.
And of course, I would wish to go to another profession, of course, but when you look at the qualifications I have, they are basically teaching.
Yeah.
So there's nothing outside the teaching profession that I can join possibly after my retirement if I still have time to exist on earth.
Yeah.
I can switch to politics. Of course, teachers are good politicians because they are good orienters.
Hey.
I would wish.
Yeah.
But
now,
at the moment, I still
now talking about politics, it has now gotten to my attention that the current chairperson LC5 for individual district is a teacher. As a teacher, do you look at joining politics anyway?
As I've told you, not as for now, but in the near future, you never know. Because I believe every human being is a political animal. So at any point, somebody can change. It changes the goalposts.
Yeah.
It changes the goalposts.
Yeah, I understand. What do you teach?
I teach history, geography. That is humanities, I can say.
Okay.
Humanities.
So recently, the president increased the salaries for science teachers, and us teachers were left just the way they've been. How does that make you feel as a teacher who is not a science teacher?
Thank you, Mr. Cyrus. I wish you invited me knowing that such a question can arise because it is now a sensitive concern, not only the teachers but the nation.
Yeah.
The whole nation. First of all, the disparities with salaries, you see, it has brought in inequality.
Yeah.
There is a very big gap between a science teacher and an art teacher, humanities.
Yeah.
First of all, if I can highlight about the roles of a teacher.
Yeah.
A teacher has done something, he has an impact on the socio-economic development of the country.
Yeah.
In other words, a teacher is a nation builder.
True.
Looking at the role, one, imparts knowledge to the learners. That is the major thing.
Yeah.
Then two, when you look at these medics, the doctors, look at the lawyers, look at these ministers who are appointed but having passed through the hands of a teacher.
Yeah.
So a teacher has done, actually without a teacher, I think the nation
nothing can go on.
The nation is not there.
Yeah.
But now when you look at that gap between the science and an art teacher in terms of salaries, actually it is very bad. We feel cheated.
Yeah.
We feel we are not recognized amidst the challenges we are going through in teaching, molding a learner from zero to certain level.
Do you feel disappointed as a teacher?
Yes, I feel so disappointed because one, I've undergone the same institution with a science teacher. Two, when you are in the staff room, you share the same staff room. When you are having lunch, say beans and posho, you are having beans and posho.
Mm.
You see? So we are actually the same.
Yeah.
But when you look at the gap, how much he earns and what you earn, you feel actually not contented with the profession. And I think most teachers feel they have negative attitudes. You enter a class when you are disgruntled already. You don't deliver to the expectation.
When you're demotivated.
Yes.
And
because of the disparity.
It also beats my understanding. You know, everyone understands it that even I myself, I passed arts highly more than I passed sciences. So it would be common sense that the teachers who are making students pass should actually be the ones to be paid more than the others, because students are failing sciences.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, the government is rewarding science teachers instead of rewarding those ones who are making the students pass. Is that a concern to you as well?
Yeah, but you know, all these subjects are equal.
Yeah.
Because the syllabus is made. Because if I teach history, if the government actually looked at history as a useless subject, it wouldn't appear in the syllabus.
Yeah.
In the curriculum, I mean. So putting art subjects in the curriculum vis-a-vis the sciences, then it means all those subjects are equally important. Because if I knew that I will be disregarded as a teacher of history, I would have concentrated in senior one. I force myself, I succumb myself to sciences.
Yeah.
So that also earned big. But I can say the policymakers, I don't know how they came about this disparity.
Yeah.
But to me, it looks as if all subjects are equal. You see somebody taking science combination in A level, another one takes arts. It means the one who has taken PCB, he feared Hague because Hague would give him hard time.
Yeah, actually, when I was in S5, I did a science combination in A level, but I saw students who dropped history. Somebody's doing Hague, and from nowhere you hear him saying, "I'm not managing history. I'm doing DEG."
Yes.
So in other words, it's not that these combinations are easy. It's people leave them because they can't manage them.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody does PCM because geography is hard and the history is hard, so they choose to do another thing.
So that's why I'm saying that both arts and sciences are equally.
Exactly.
Yes, that's what I mean.
So with this confusion, would you advise somebody to be a professional teacher?
Yes.
It's a hard question.
It's hard because even the learners we teach,
yeah,
we have names.
True. Yeah.
The rich and the poor. When a science teacher is in the compound, he walks with guts because he's eroded. By now, for your information, even they beat the head teachers in salaries.
True, yes.
Somebody is earning 0.4, a graduate science teacher, a teacher is earning 2 million. So who's who in the school?
Who is supervising
You
who?
see? So now, these learners already, they know the gaps,
Yeah.
the differences in terms of salaries. They know as we are paid little. The sciences are paid much.
Yeah.
So when it comes to respect also, they look at that. You get much respect depending on the salary. So science teachers are respected than arts teachers because they look at the salaries, the gaps in terms of salaries. But to me, if the government can come in and rectify this, they solve the problem. Because a science teacher, if we can earn 4 million, and it's a good salary.
Yeah.
I would encourage you, because a teacher, you go, you teach mathematics, physics, you have your 4 million per month. You are equivalent to a doctor.
Yeah.
Are you getting the point?
True. Yeah.
Only that maybe a doctor beats you by the small allowances, not those ones.
Yeah.
And you having a comfortable office.
Yeah.
Only when it comes to the theater work.
Yeah.
But a teacher, you do your hustle with everything. But I would encourage those learners to go for teaching unless the salaries are checked. Because I myself, my firstborn is in senior 5. Because of the challenges of salary inequality, I forced him to take BCM. He's doing a BCM. If he does not go, he does not become a medical doctor, I will forge life for him to become a teacher, but teaching sciences. Because I'm targeting the 4 million. So the government should come in and regularize the salaries so that these learners can come up motivated, having hope in the profession. But at the moment, I think no learner can accept to become a teacher of history or salary.
Yeah, I saw, was it yesterday, but when I saw a video of some students demonstrating that their arts teachers are not in class, so the government should think about the arts teachers so that they can also learn.
However, their children are studying from outside the countries.
Does that make you feel loved, feel supported, like the students are on your side? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I happen to have seen it yesterday. One of the schools in our district here, yes?
Yeah.
They all blame. We cannot blame the learner.
Yeah.
The learner has a right to education by constitution.
Yeah.
So, us being on strike, not to teach them, we are not doing it because we want our own children to suffer.
Yeah.
But it is because we are seated under grievances. Our hearts are not happy.
Yeah.
Now, for them demanding in such a form, they want to echo to the government and the other stakeholders to listen to their cries. Their cry is missing lessons.
Yeah.
And why are they missing the lessons? Now it goes to the government.
Yeah.
Why are teachers not teaching? Because they are not happy.
Of salary.
So if the government can come in and answer the issue of salary, these learners will learn. Let me tell you, this new curriculum they brought, when it comes to assessment, there are a lot of things that we are supposed to do.
Yeah.
We have activities of integration. We have continuous assessments, which constitute of 30% at the end of the cycle. So meaning that a child in senior 4 will sit UNEB out of 70. The strike began on 6th of May. Today is 28th, yes? 28th?
Yeah.
Close 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Arts teachers are not teaching. But we need to submit results in UNEB. Now, And I'm wondering how the Ministry of Education is going to handle this. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Because a learner sitting an exam out of 70, even if you are bright enough, you cannot score 70 out of 70.
No, it's a,
and remember, these items are very tricky.
Yeah.
They are scenario based. A learner, you must teach the learner.
Yeah.
So if an exam is set in scenario based and the child cannot interpret, understand the scenario, then he cannot pass. There's no coping like it used to happen.
So in other words, we are we are looking at because learners have been passing arts more than they've been passing sciences. Now that the the arts teachers are also on strike, it's very likely that learners are going to fail sciences and also fail arts.
Yeah, that is true. They're going to fail. So the government should intervene.
So,
and if possible, also we have what we call PTA, Parents Teachers Association.
Yeah.
The parents are also quiet. You see?
Yeah.
They are also stakeholders. Those are stakeholders I told you.
But I've seen schools where a teacher gets more money from the PTA than from the government. Those schools are there. You find the government is paying you 600,000 and PTA is paying you 700,000. So those big schools. Yeah. So there is a way schools can also motivate their teachers.
Yes.
And they are quiet. So the parents are not minding about their children.
Because now we are under a school situation, a teacher, a parent, and a learner. These three people are very important. A school cannot exist without a teacher.
Yeah.
A school cannot exist without a learner. And a school cannot exist without what?
The parent.
The parent. So it is a joint effort. Whereby the parents now should also rise up and come up. What should we do?
Because I would think that
now the PTA can come up with the resolutions. They raise to Board of Governors. Board of Governors is a representative from of the ministry.
Yeah.
It's supposed to report to the ministry. Then we have these other organizations like ASHU.
Yeah.
You see, so those followers, if they can sit and we get support. Others are adamant. I don't think that because even science teachers, they have their own association.
Yeah.
And for them, they are not minding because they are okay. And therefore, our cry, they cannot even be part. They are not minding at all.
And by the way, this gets more confusing because at some point, there is a way UNATU used to be a very strong organization. And with the arts teachers strike, UNATU seems to be silent.
Yeah,
I don't know whether it has. I don't know whether it's me who has seen it that way. No. But it seems true. It's silent.
It's silent. That's why even we came up to form another association.
You broke out from
UNATU. We broke out from UNATU. UNATU encompasses all the teachers.
Yeah.
All the teachers. So for us, we pulled out and formed our own. We made our own faction.
Yeah.
And that's what is pushing now to ensure that our salaries are enhanced. But UNATU, as I talk, they are quiet. They are not actually minding at all, I can say.
They feel betrayed.
True.
So what are you looking at if, assuming nothing comes out of the engagements between your union and the government, when do you intend to go back to class?
For sure, I think Mr. Silas, I'm protected because this is a national issue.
Yeah.
All humanities, all teachers of arts countrywide in the strike.
Yeah.
So if I say this, I think I'm protected.
Yeah, because we are talking about current affairs. Teachers on strike, the government knows, everyone knows about it.
So our current stake is that we cannot step in class unless salaries are worked on.
Yeah.
And we follow orders and instructions from our president.
Yeah. Yeah.
to a sister. She's doing good work.
Yeah.
She's a good mobilizer. All regions in the country are aware, and we are at home. So what I can say is, for us, we are just waiting for money. Then we go to class.
And for me, personally, I'm not a teacher, but I I also feel so much disappointed because you go to the same school,
Yes.
you pay the same tuition. In fact, actually, some universities are more expensive than others. In fact, you'll find somebody who has studied from UCU and studied the geography and history has paid more tuition than somebody who has studied from, for example, let's say UPU and did math and physics. In other words, you find somebody who did arts paid the same fees with the one who did sciences, went to the same hostel, buying from the same markets, buying from the same supermarkets, eating the same food at school, you're in the same staff room, the same staff quarters, and you're being paid differently.
So that is a very big challenge.
And I'd love that all the stakeholders look into it because it's just common sense. So whoever is watching, please, let's join hands with the teachers, because if it's about the teachers, it's about virtually everyone.
Yeah.
So if we can all support the teachers in this cause, much as our students, our sons and daughters are missing out, but we also have a role to play. So
Only that maybe I have this message to the teachers.
Yeah.
That let us also try to develop new innovations and ideas. We form circle groups.
Yeah.
We actually get engaged in low income generating activities,
Yeah.
small, so that we still don't rely much on salary, because it's still not enough. They will give us that salary, but still you'll find that the more money you get, the more problems.
Yeah.
But you should also get engaged into some activities that can bring inside the income.
Yeah.
The message
money has never been enough.
That's the message I can give to the viewers.
Yeah, but if somebody just from nowhere finds me the one gives me 1 million, hey, it will change my life. So if a teacher is earning 1 million and you add like 100,000 or 200,000, it is a way life changes.
That's true.
If my child was at a school where I'm paying 50,000, I can put him to some school where they are paying 100,000.
Remind of the school fees I pay for my son. He's, by the way, is your OB. He's studying in Crest.
Oh, okay.
So his school fees per term beats my salary for the month. When I have not put the other necessities, you see. So that's the challenge. It's terrible.
It's a very big challenge, and I think it's something that should be a national concern.
Yeah, that's true.
So I hope there is hope.
Yeah, we are waiting. Plus, we are waiting. Ours is to wait. When the government works on it, we hear a word, communication from the president. Even if they say okay, our president has accepted, we begin work on Monday. We are ready to go and teach the learners. These are Ugandans. Yes.
So
that is our stake. We are waiting for the final words from our president.
So what are your last words to your fellow teachers, to the learners, and to everybody watching Bamba TV at the moment?
What I can say to teachers of humanities, yes, let us keep home.
Yeah.
Let us keep at home until our problem has been rectified.
And it's your constitutional right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be paid. And the constitution is clear. I'm supposed to pay. I'm not supposed to actually, nobody is supposed to step on my rights as a worker.
Yeah.
Okay. Then to the learners, we say sorry, we are sorry. It's not our own making, but the demands that surrounds us also force us to do that.
Yeah.
But I can encourage them to revise, consult those books. They are in the libraries. But of course, if a learner like me as a teacher, if a learner comes to my place in the evening, teacher, I have a problem on this, I can come in and help because I have not stepped in the school. Yeah. That one, I beg teachers to have that heart
on humanity grounds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then people outside there, the parents, I know you are not happy with what you are doing, but that's it. You have nothing to do. But I hope one day, one time, it will be rectified and you shall resume work.
Thank you so much, teacher Byamaka Swaibu. You're a very professional teacher. I can attest to it because I've passed through your hands. And I'll, to all the teachers who have taught us, who have modeled us to be what we are today, it's you shouldn't say that we've neglected you. We are behind you in everything you're doing, much as it's affecting our daughters and sons in schools. But we are behind you because it's a concern. If you're staying in the same environment, you have to be paid the same amount of money so that you can also feel that the government is on your side. These salary disparities are
Actually, it's like if you have two children,
mm,
you reaching home in the evening after maybe after work, you take an egg to one and you leave the other.
yeah, and you leave him like
So the other one, of course, the way he feels, he can even hate you,
yeah,
disregarding you to be the parent.
and
You see?
even hate the brother.
Exactly. So those
So
are the issues.
so these issues, there are issues in the staff room and the issues in the classes. So
Even in the community where we
even
stay.
in the community, when you're passing by and somebody says that guy teaches history and geography, somebody will
Yeah,
be saying,
despise him.
Tarakuri. So I think it's something that the government should look into, and it's easy to handle. Thank you so much, viewers of Bamba TV, for being part of this amazing audience. And thank you, Master Swaibu, for accepting to come out of your busy schedule. You're here with us, and we don't take that for granted. Maybe you can give us another time, and also speak to the people. There is so much in you that we should do, honestly, hear from.
Thank you so much for that acceptance. And whenever you need me, I'm very available.
Thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's a motivation for us to do more and also to grow and reach more people. Thank you. See you in the next.